second places and a third at the Red Bull ring. Things got a bit more varied and he had a couple of crashes and that drifted off to 6th. So his season has sort of rather come apart in the second half. What was a really excellent beginning of the 2020 season for him. And there's the live cup standings. You can see that Acosta has the 45-point advantage. Of course, even after the end of this race, there's still 75 points on. Oh! And down the two of the guys down. And one of them is Alonso. 3 guys down. And Acosta's one of those, isn't he?
Acosta was leading the last.
Was it Holgado? Definitely.
No, it's
Salvador. It's Salvador way ahead, and that has turned things around because that is Acosta down, but so has Alonso gone down. Hopefully they're all right, but it's now so it just shows. And there is Holgado. He's got going again. Acosta and Alonso haven't got going again. Holgado has, and well, it just goes.
Well, there's obviously a down. That's where Munoz went down on the previous lap. Pedro Acosta's okay there. He's
okay, but Alonso's bike's more badly damaged, I think. I can see the seat smash, but Acosta trying to get going. He's obviously okay, and he's trying to get the bike restarted, and so is obviously Alonso's okay. David Alonso's okay as well, and he's trying to get at least onto the track, but his fairing's dragging on the road, and that's quite badly damaged.
So there's things hanging off that bike.
Yeah, complete turnaround then. So it's Salvador from Otola, Aji, Ton, Ogden, Van Aert, Fire, Guevara, and David Munoz. My goodness
totally unaware of this as well, because the 3-bike crash was right behind him. Incredible
stuff. And he just set the fastest lap of the race, but actually Mario Aji was even quicker than him. So the pace is there still, that's for sure. Getting quicker all the time. And I'm sure we will see a replay of that. And Acosta's not going anywhere, is he?
He's definitely out.
He's not going anywhere.
And
David Alonso, we saw, and he's got that something dragging on the tyres, isn't it? Fairing dragging on the belly. He's not going to go very far either. Right. So, well, that's two of that's the guys first and second in the cup are out of this race. Wow, my goodness. So, David Salvador, and whether he notices that he realises what's happened now, I don't know, but he'll probably see it from his pit signal. But if he takes a look over his shoulder, he'll see that instead of having a pack chasing him, there's the others are a long way back. In fact, it's 3 seconds back they are now. So, catch your breath for a moment. It's David Salvador that leads, and then we have Mario Aji on the number 34 machine. There's a cup leader walking away. Mario Aji is in second place after his great qualifying, obviously, and we'll see a replay.
Through the right and the left, this long hanging left-hander here, and I think there's just, was it Costa that...
I think it was Salvador, it was David Alonso that went first on the number 80.
Yeah, just early on. Yeah, very early on. That was a lot earlier than the Munoz crash the lap before. And just obviously a damp patch there. They're getting hard on the throttle with quite a lot of lean angle. And it was a bit of a domino effect, unfortunately. Maybe even just clipped that white line. Yeah. Which in normal, perfectly dry, warm conditions is not a problem.
I mean, the paints that they use now are supposed to give good grip, but I mean, good grip isn't the same as total grip, is it?
It does in the dry. It's pretty much up there with the tarmac grip in the dry, but in the wet, it decreases quite a lot. It's best to be safe. You need to be more upright on the paint.
Keep away from it. Okay, and we can see that's David Alonso there. He's talking to rider coach Danny Ribalta and his mechanic helper, and that
did nothing wrong there, really. No. I'm just glad everyone's okay.
But there are still 20 runners, so there's no point in trying to patch that motorcycle up, and he's not going to get any points, obviously, and it's badly damaged, things hanging off it and that. And there comes Acosta. He's on his way back on the scooter. So total disaster for the guys first and second in the cup. But very much gone into the hands of David Salvador, and he's had his share of bad luck this year already as David Salvador. He just wasn't happy with the feeling he was getting from his motorcycle in the opening rounds of the year. He was sort of 5th, 16th, 7th, 5th, but he's come strong now, and he's got a really good run. He's still only 7th in the championship chase, but this, of course, will do him a power of good. Great to see. He's a very likeable guy. There's Pedro Acosta. getting commiserations from the HJC helmets man.
Yeah,
who looks after these guys so well.
Yeah, all the protective kit doing a brilliant job there. You can see that was a huge crash for these three riders, as was for Munoz on the lap before, and everyone perfectly okay. And like you said, still 75 points left. Actually, the live cup standings there, it puts Ivan Ortola actually into second, 45 points behind.
And I see that Marcus Uriarte on the 89 machine is up into second place, but he's got a track warning already, and I think that is for going 3 track limits. Yeah. So he's got to really watch out, because 2 more, and is that another faller?
That's not fire, is it?
90. I think it is Colin Fire. Yes, you're right. It's Colin Fire. He's obviously twisted something. He's limping away, but doesn't want any help.
Gone down hard on his left shoulder there. Oh, yeah, just got his braking all wrong there. Just another rider pulled over in front of him, and it got hard on the brake. Big stoppy there, so he did well to miss any riders in front. Yeah, and the track limit warnings, it's so easy to do that at turn 1 this time because of the damp patches. The guys are crossing and letting the brakes off, and of course they run wide, but they run onto the green concrete, and I've seen quite a few of the riders, including Salvador. He's been on the green paint a couple of times, and after 3 times, as you said, you'll get a warning. 5 times and you get the long lap penalty.
Right, so then there's confirmation at the bottom of your screen. I mean, I've got another faller. My goodness, that's the 24. That's Ivan Ortola.
Oh, what a shame, because he was just doing so well in the
championship. And he was up into 3rd in the championship.
Yep.
Neil, yeah, he'd had that win at Motorland Aragon. You know, he's in fact the last 4 races were 3-3-1-3 after a second in the final race at the Red Bull Ring. So there we go. That's
turn 1. Yeah, that is the classic corner, and so easy for that to happen. You tip in there, you're confident, and then of course just get a little slide. The bike, the tyres grip again, and then you go.
But the interesting thing, I mean, it's sort of sadly interesting, is the fact that actually in the opening laps, when things were at their worst, if you like, the guys managed the situation okay, and it's now, you know, we're at lap 7. It's into the second half of the race where the problems are all coming.
I think they were pretty cautious, they were pretty mature in the opening laps, but then the red mist kicks in, and this is a big bunch here. This battle, this
is the 884. Yeah, that's the 6th place.
Yeah, 6th or 7th.
So that's a huge bunch, isn't it? Yeah, right. Well, let's have a bit of explanation there. It's Salvador from Mario Aji and Marcus Uriarte battling for Philippe Ton up into 4th place. That is by far the best ride that we've ever had from Philippe Ton, the 15-year-old German. He's had a disastrous season, really. He's full of crashes, and his best finish has been a 17th, 18th, and 21st. So that is absolutely superb to see him way up there, battling 4th and 5th with Scott Ogden, in fact. So excellent stuff. And that is the battle for second place between Mario Aji on 34 and Marcus Uriarte, the Spaniard, on 89. And they have and there's a confirmation for anyone interested in the cup standings at the moment that
and incredibly, Pedro Acosta still leading, and Alonso 15 points behind him.
Because second and third are out of the race. But anyway, okay, that's 34 is Mario Aji and Marcus Uriarte on the 89, and they are being chased by Scott Ogden and Philippe Ton, 19 and 6. Superb, disaster for some of these guys. Obviously, we're very, very sad about that, but great to see give these chaps an opportunity to really start. And we don't often see Philippe Ton featured on the TV screen, but he's having a superb battle here at the moment. 5th, chasing the 4th place Scott Ogden. And I wonder if Scott is going quick enough to close down. He's lapping about the same as the guys in front of him, actually. So I don't know whether he can close that gap. Out on his own then, the number 38 of David Salvador, the 16-year-old Spaniard. He started the race 7th in the cup points, but he's doing himself a power of good here. He's just got to keep that concentration going with, as we're told, there's 7 laps to go there on your screen.
Goes on 4.9 with a gap on the last lap, so he crosses the line again. I'm pretty sure that will increase, but yeah, doing a great job. And like you say, he's just stay consistent. He is in the perfect position. You can see the dry lines. These guys battling things. And basically Scott Ogden up there in 4th. He had a good ride here last weekend in the Junior World Championship, and a couple of seconds off winning races. So
and there's exceeding track limits for Mario Aji there. Well, it was Marcus Uriarte was warned that Aji exceeding track limits as well, and Scott did put his fastest lap of the race in on that previous lap, and he wasn't. Oh, and now down goes number 19. That is Scott Ogden. Total disaster. Just saying great things about him, and he's furious with himself, of course. Yeah, that's it, mate. I just looked away from the screen there to see it, checking on his lap times. And
that is how tricky it is. That's how tricky it is, these guys. And the sun's getting quite low as well, which doesn't help things. The guys have got dark visors on and looking for the damp patches. But it's very difficult to pick things out. And Scott obviously just did nothing wrong at all there, but just slightly damp. The track's cool. It's past the warmest part of the day. Cool track and
I just got to knock the curse Philippe on there. He's now moved up to 4th place, of course, with Scott's demise, and that will be a sensational finish for the 15-year-old German. As I say, he qualified very, very well. I knew, in 10th place, it's not sensational, but for him, it was very, very good qualifying. It's great to say, and this battle is raging, isn't it, for 2nd and 3rd place, and it's still. I thought that actually Marcus Uriarte had got away from Mario Aji, but the Indonesian has got back on terms with him. He said he's really enjoyed this weekend. He said he had a really good long lap penalty for Guevara, and he's down in 8th place, so he's in this pack here, and he's going to have the long lap penalty. But Mario Aji said he had a good time last weekend at the Spanish Championship round here, and he said he could carry, and there's a couple of guys exceeding track limits, including number 7, Daniel Munoz there. But Guevara is on 33, who you can expect to see take a long lap penalty. And that's 89. That's Marcus Uriarte. And what's happened to him? Because he was in that battle for second place.
Yeah, he's second. Looks like he's got a technical problem.
Technical problem, yeah.
So unusual.
And very, as you say, these KTM RC 250Rs are so reliable, and I don't know whether we didn't see him fall off. I don't think he had time to have fallen off and picked it up again. But another twist in this race. My goodness gracious me. We've got the 38, David Salvador, imperiously out on his own, riding superbly. We don't curse him, 4 laps remaining, and there's still damages around to catch people out, aren't there? That's for sure. So Mario Aji is now on his own in 2nd place. Philippe Ton is in a podium position.
Oh, and he's got a long lap penalty.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and the number 33, Eisen Guevara, he had a brilliant weekend here last weekend, a winning weekend, fantastic. Made absolutely no mistakes at all. But he's got a long lap penalty.
It'll be interesting because Ton is like he's got, he's 10 seconds in front of Billy Van Aert. So in fact, he can do that long lap penalty. That's 83. Guevara's done his long lap penalty, but in fact, Aji's now got a long lap penalty, the man in 2nd place. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh wow. Well, there's still 4 laps of twists and turns to go. Right. Okay, so Aji, the man in 2nd place, has got a long lap penalty. Mario Aji. So has Philippe Ton in 3rd place, but they are both far enough ahead of Billy Van Aert, Zonta van der Gerberg, Baswari, Guevara, Bartelli, Detweiler. They're all far enough ahead. But Ton has what's happened to Ton? He's now disappeared off the timing screens.
Well, he would possibly doing his long lap penalty, is he?
But no, he's gone right back to 4th. No, he's gone far too far. Something's happened to Philippe Ton. He's dropped right off the timing screens as we watch the number 34 Mario Aji, who is in 2nd place, and now Billy Van Aert has been promoted to 3rd, but it's a whole pack of them with Baswari, Van der Gerberg, Bertelli and co. This is now the battle for the final podium position, and poor old Philippe Ton has disappeared. We didn't see the going of him, and again the old commentator's curse. We were just saying what a fabulous job he's doing, and he is now back in 15th place, and in fact I haven't seen him cross the line, so presumably he's gone off track somewhere. So the number 29 machine of Billy Van Aert, and there is the number 34 machine of Mario Aji in 2nd place. As I say, it's Billy who now heads that battle for the last podium position, the 3rd place on the number 29.
We've got another long lap penalty for Lunetta now.
Yep. And did we see actually Mario Aji perform a long lap?
No, because he's still in 2nd position. So he's got a big gap.
He's got a huge gap.
But you say Billy Van Aert as well, the Australian, having a great end to season as well. just not the season we expected, but really nice to see him in the podium position.
Right, my goodness gracious me. 12 laps down, and the number 38 of David Salvador has the advantage. There's the number 34, and as you say, Luca Lunetta, 58, a long lap penalty. The 34 of Mario Aji, and here is that battle for the last of the podium position. And at the moment, Billy Van Aert now has got away from that chasing pack.
And I'm not sure Aji has done his long lap penalty.
No. And there's somebody else who's that on the number 7. That's Daniel Munoz going way wide. If you're going to run wide and get penalised for it, you might as well make full use of it. 28 there is Matteo Bertelli, the 16-year-old Spaniard, and he crossed the line in 5th place. And that's the 84 there of Zonta van der Koorberg. He's currently in 4th place, chasing Billy Van Aert, who at the moment is 3rd with the last podium position. And Tonner's, we've notified that Tonner's retired, so maybe he had a technical problem and it wasn't an error, and that's, but it's either way it's a tragedy, because it was by far his best result and he was riding absolutely brilliantly. Mario Aji in 2nd place, and the only question, as Neil said, is has he done his long lap penalty? He can afford to do it, because he's 13 seconds in front of Billy Van Aert.
Yeah, the long lap penalty normally equates to about 3 seconds you'd lose.
That's right.
I've just been watching his lap times, and it looks like I've stayed consistent in the 45. So
yeah, and we saw where the long lap penalty is, and it's not an onerous one here. It's actually quite a short long lap, so it wouldn't be any very short long lap. Yeah, it wouldn't be any problem for him. Now, of course, if he still has to do his board, he will be getting another warning. And there was actually somebody leaning over the pit wall waving him to slow down. So if that's his mechanic helper, he's not showing them the long lap board anyway. Well, that's still a mystery for us. We don't know whether he's served it or not. Okay, so Billy Van Aert in 3rd place. Van der Koorberg it is, who is in 4th. Fastest lap to Alex Escrig, who is 6th at the moment. And Alex Escrig, yeah, the number 11, the 16-year-old Spaniard. He's a 2nd-year rookie. He hasn't had a stellar season so far. He's had sort of a couple of 13th, 14th and a 16th, so this will be his best result as well. At the moment he's in 6th place on the number 11. There he goes. Just really missing out to the new crop of Spaniards here who've come in and sort of stolen the march over everybody except Pedro Acosta. Right, Billy Van Aert, the Australian, just holding the advantage over Zonta van der Koorberg. David Salvador limits. Well, don't do anything silly, David, because why are you exceeding the track limits? You're leaving the race by 8 seconds. And 34, so Mario Aji, there's the answer. Neil, he hadn't taken the lap penalty. He now has, but he's come out, of course, still well in front of that chasing pack. So with 2 laps to go,
and David Salvador under warning, but still for him 8 seconds is the lead he had on the last lap. It'd be more now with Aji doing his long lap, so yeah, he does need to be careful, but it's just been incredible walking on water literally, because no issues for so many laps and so many of the riders just getting caught out.
Right, surely he's got to know that he's got to stay off the green stuff. He's now on his last lap. It's David Salvador. Great stuff. We better not say anything about him, because we've cursed everybody, haven't we? Oh, mate, keep off the green stuff.
Well, if he did that on this lap, it would be he dropped the position, wouldn't it? Which would be even worse.
That's right. But if he's deemed to have gained any kind of an advantage, and of course, well, that's when he's got a 12-second lead, he certainly doesn't need to be doing that, does he? Just keep it together, David, please. Right. Okay. So there's the battle for 3rd place, the final rostrum position, and there's David Salvador, our leader, as I say, with a 12-second advantage over Mario Aji, and then Billy Van Aert on the 29 at the moment in 3rd place, ahead of Zonta van der Koorberg. 28, of course, is Matteo Bertelli, a lovely mix of nationalities now in this battle. And Salvador moved up to 4th place. He's 77 off the lead. So if it goes like this, he can do everything but win the championship, because there's 75 points on offer once this race is over. Right. And there is the last lap on Billy Van Aert, but only just. He's under great pressure now from the guys chasing him, including Tonte van der Gerberg on the 84, who is right on his tail. 38, David Salvador, Mario Aji. And there he comes down the start and finish straight here at Valencia for the last time. Great win, a perfect race from David Salvador. Absolutely superb. He's a lovely guy, and it's so great to see him take his first win of the season. He won one race last year, and fantastic to have the 16-year-old Indonesian Mario Aji take a very well-deserved second place. And the battle's on for third, but it's surely going to be Billy Van Aert. Yes, it's Billy Van Aert who takes the third place just ahead of the Dutchman Tonte van der Gerberg. Alex Skrieg, the 28 machine of Matteo Bertelli, the Italian. What's that all about? I have no idea what he's doing, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. He's the winner. He's very happy with himself, and so he should be. Wow, my goodness, what a race.
Yeah, shorter than normal race, but no less action-packed. It was just incredible. We couldn't really keep up with the incidents and accidents. Fortunately, it looks like everyone's okay, but just incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the only thing we can guarantee in Rookies Cup is there's no guarantees of anything. Well, absolutely. So, interesting, as I said, and presumably the points won't have changed on that last lap. Is now Salvador is up to fourth place and 77 points shy of Pedro Acosta, with 75 points still on offer with the 3 races to go. So Salvador cannot win the Cup, but amongst the top 3 guys, it is very much still to be sorted out.
Very much game on, 3-horse race.
Yeah, and as we know full well now, there are no guarantees. Great. Wheelie from Mario Aji getting the front wheel of the KTM RC 250. Well, he's thrilled with that, and so he should be. Absolutely fantastic. So sorry for Philippe Ton after he had such a brilliant ride. And congratulations from the marshals. And another big wheelie there from the 29 of Billy Van Aert, the 18-year-old Australian. Of course, he's coming towards the end of his Rookies Cup career. This is his 3rd season, and everybody moves on after 3 years in Rookies Cup. And he has had sort of an unlucky 3rd year, really. He's had a 7th and a 6th, a couple of 7th places actually, but this is his best result so far this year. And of course, he's had injuries as well, and he's bounced back from the injuries. And great to see him on the podium again.
Yes, some losers there. The Ivan Artola, who could really have closed in that championship, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, that's right. He started. He was in 3rd place going into the race after being, having a run of brilliant races. After sort of being a little bit off, not quite on the pace at the first opening rounds, but then really got into his stride and was absolutely superb.
And David Alonso, golden opportunity for him.
And there was no stupidity there, was it? Just the tiniest thing catching. Here's the confirmation then. So Salvador he leaps up 3 places to 4th, but it is now down to Acosta, Alonso, and Ortola to sort it out. And of course, Acosta still has 52 points, so he's going to take a lot of catching. If Alonso and Ortola had finished that race, things would be very, very different indeed. And there's Billy Van Aert.
But one thing for Salvador is he can jump forward in the championship, so he might not be able to win it, but he can still get 2nd or 3rd.
He can indeed. Yeah, it's super to see what a mix-up it is at the front there. And Mario Aji, he's in his 2nd year in the Cup. And he really did take a step forward this weekend. He said the confident boost that after a good weekend last weekend, and he certainly has carried that. He hasn't finished in the top 10 so far this year. He's had a really good run of point scorers, finishes 13, 19, 14, 12, 12, 11, 11, 11, and now got that superb 2nd place for the number 34.
I think tomorrow forecast is good. I think we'll have a completely different race. I think it'll be much closer. We're not going to have the little hazards that we had today, so I think we're in for a treat.
Well, the one thing we can say, he isn't going to be able to carry that number 34 with him into MotoGP, is he?
No, it's been retired.
Yeah.
Certain Texan has taken that home to Austin with him.
It's nailed it up on the wall, I guess. But anyway, he can certainly use the number 34 for a while. And there's Billy Van Aert talking to Dominica.
Wow, what a race, Billy. Congratulations. Tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you. It was a sketchy race because it was wet and dry and we're on slicks, but at the beginning I was struggling a bit with just to get the feel for it. But towards like mid-race I started to feel good and felt like I was faster than the guys ahead and just tried. And when I seen P3, because heaps crashed in front, just gave me heaps of motivation to keep going, and yeah, I'm really happy.
Great job. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a super kid. And, he obviously can go on to great things. And here he is.
Yeah, very talented Aussie. He come from the Asia Talent Cup, and he's grown a lot. He's stretched a lot, and I think that's made things tough. He rides a different kind of bike in the Junior World Championship, so he's found the transition tricky, but there's no question about his talent. Still a very young rider with a big future.
Yeah, superb, and a super family there, obviously very much committed to their racing. And I'm sure that Dominica will soon have another interview. Here we are, Mario Aji.
Mario, well done. Great job. Tell us about the race.
I'm very happy. Thank you for. It was a tough race because the condition was tricky. Some part is wet, some part is dry, and many times nearly clash, and also many riders crashes. Even I make a podium also with the track limit in the last 2 laps, but I'm very happy my first podium, second place. Thank you to RedBull Rookies Cup team and my family for full support of me. Thank you.
Good to see you on the podium. Thank you.
And that really will, as he said, he came in with a boost to his confidence, and that will be a fantastic boost too, won't it, going into the last 3 races? Certainly moving the weight around there on the motorcycle, isn't he? As he gets
great
the
use
bit out
of
of it.
body position, no shortage of skills there. Very confident, great interview, very mature. Yeah, great to see an Indonesian rider up there on the Rookies Cup podium.
And back to Dominica.
David, incredible race. How was it? Tell us everything.
Yes, I am very happy for this race because the condition in the track is very difficult and my pace in this condition is very good. Yesterday the setting in the bike is good and the feeling I am very happy, and this victory is amazing for me. Thank you to all the people support for me and my friends, my family, all the people in the RedBull Rookies Cup team, the Clinica Mobile, because the last week I have the deep crash in the last corner here, but today it's amazing and enjoy this race, and thank you to all support for me. And this race dedicated to Bravo's team because I am very important for me and for my family. Thank you.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, and I know that he's hoping to clinch a deal for great things for next year. We'll just see how that unfolds for him, but obviously a very talented young man. Yeah, absolutely perfect victory there. And again, he's going to carry that confidence into the race tomorrow.
Very much so, very happy with his bike and did a great job. I mean, he's obviously seen the gap on his pit board, but he just kept his head down. He's very consistent, and apart from exceeding track limits a couple of times, pretty faultless race. So yeah, nice to be on top of the podium. He's only podium this year so far, but he's got 3 more chances.
Yeah, he has, and he let me see, he finished fourth in the cup last year. He's finally 4th at the moment, but obviously got his eyes set on improving that over the next 3 races. All 3 races, of course, here in Valencia. And there's confirmation of the results, and a great mix of nations there. Mario Aji, Billy Van Aert, an Indonesian and an Australian, a Dutchman, then a second Spaniard, an Italian, Matteo Bertelli, Daniel Munoz from Spain, Noel Ditlaers from Switzerland, and Alex Milan from Spain. So really great to see them mix them up. Here's Anguivera, Techcom Baswari, and Luca Lunetta, Daniel Holgado and Artem Marov, only 14 finishers. So, in fact, it was interesting because I said at one point of the race there was no point in David Alonso patching the motorcycle and going out, but if he'd done so, he would have picked up one championship point because so many more people failed to finish.
Yeah, it's never over till it's over.
Yeah. And here's the confirmation of the championship positions, which they were showing us live, and you can see the movers there. The big mover, of course, David Salvador, and none of those first three guys, Acosta, Alonso or Tola, scored, nor did Daniel Munoz, I think, and Daniel Holgado. David Munoz, Zonta van der Koerberg, obviously he jumped up, as did Billy Van Aert, so they've done themselves a pair of good. Mario Aji leapt 5 places in the points score there. Superb stuff. So it's all to play for. I can't wait to find out. I'm so distraught for Philippe Tonny. He has had a pretty miserable season so far, and it would have been so wonderful to see him on the podium as well. And Scott Ogden, there he drops a point, having missed out on the chance again of scoring great things in that race. But at least they all appear to be unhurt, and we'll get another chance tomorrow, Neil.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, Scott the Brit having a great one, and he'll take confidence, but no lack of excitement. It was just incredible, and it's tightened up the championship, which makes it great for the last 3 races.
And if you're a person who believes in the weather forecast, it's all dry and sunshine for tomorrow, so that will bring different changes again. And there we have the 3rd place man, Billy Van Aert, taking up his place on the podium. And then Mario Aji, his first time on a Rookies Cup podium. Of course, Billy has been there before last year. And David Salvador, still limping a little bit, I think, from his very nasty high-side crash in the last corner last weekend. And he takes up the top step of the podium. And the awards for 3rd and 2nd are being given out by Alberto Salido. He's one of the mechanics in charge of spares for the Rookies Cup. These guys who work so hard, doing such a fantastic job of keeping the KTM RC 250Rs going, and they really do a superb job. And the first place trophy is given out by the Rookies Cup suspension engineer, Aitor Lafoz, another guy who works very, very hard, just making these motorcycles work the way these guys do to give it their very best. And a kiss for the trophy. And it's Jack Miller there. Obviously thrilled to see Billy Van Aert on the podium. So the strains of the Spanish national anthem fade away there, and the sunlight is fading away here in Valencia. But there'll be plenty of sunlight, we hope, tomorrow for the 2nd race of the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup here. And we can watch that tomorrow at 15:30 with the show starting 10 minutes earlier, of course, at Central European time. But until then, it's goodbye from Neil Mackenzie and myself, Peter Clifford.